Hi, it's Vic. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made this card. So I have a slimline card base here. I'm using all La La Land craft products today. So I'm using the long stitch slots die. So I've just gone ahead and trimmed out a smaller piece of card. So this is going to go over the top of the slimline card, and then using that long stitch slots die, I'm going to just pop that onto the bottom part of my card, and then I'm going to add some washi tape to this and then run it through my die cutting machine. So the card I'm making today is a slider card, so the little images will slide across when you pull out the mechanism that we've managed to build for the card today. So once I've run that through my die cutting machine, I'm then going to go ahead and I've used the notebook pages die, and in that die there's a little notch which I thought would be perfect for this card. So there's the little die. I'm just going to flip this round and secure that again with some washi tape, and then that's just going to punch out a little round corner at the end of the card. And then using another piece of card, I'm going to go ahead and fully die cut this piece, so that will be the piece that you will pull to move the little critters. So I have an A4 piece of card here. I've just got a ruler and I'm just going to pencil in a line just to trim where I know where to trim this on my paper trimmer. So I'm left with this big long rectangle. So I've got that little notch piece there. This is how I'm going to build the slider card today. With that long rectangle piece, I've lined that up at the back. I've just trimmed it down. And then with the same piece that I've used to trim off that long rectangle, I've trimmed off another piece and added a foam piece underneath, and this will stop my slider from sliding all the way across. So I've just trimmed up some more foam pads and I'm putting this around the edges just so that the slider doesn't fall or move around too much. So this will secure it down. I did end up trimming that just a tiny bit. And then with that notch die, I'm just going to go and trim off them edges, and this will look like a pull tab. So using the same piece that's left over, I've gone ahead and just trimmed this down, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to have two images on my card. So to make sure that they move across and slide, I'm just folding this over and then folding it back again. So I'm going to show you again, you just fold it over, fold it back again, so then it's left with two pieces, and then eventually these will have foam pads on so you can stick your images on top of this. So this is the second piece for my second image, and I'm going to go and secure these down using a piece of double-sided tape. And depending how far apart you put your images or how close, that's how far your slider will slide. So if you have your images in the middle and they're quite close together, your images will slide a little bit further than if they were at the opposite ends of each other. So just bear that in mind when you're creating your card. And you don't need to put any adhesive on the slider part because then otherwise it won't move. So with that notch piece, I've just popped that on some foam and my slider part is complete. So now I'm going to move on to some ink blending and making my scene. So I'm using the Mountains layering stencil. This is easier to do before you actually put your card together because we've got the foam pieces at the bottom, so you might want to do this before you end up making your card. So I've used some tumbled glass, and this is going to be for the sky. And this stencil, I love using this. It comes with so many parts and it's so fun to put together. So I'm just going to finish up ink blending the sky, and then I'm using the other stencil. This is for the mountains, and I've got some Distress Oxide. I'm using gathered twigs for this, so I'm only applying this quite lightly because I didn't want my mountains really dark. And then I'm just blending the bottom of the card just to make sure that it all blends together nicely. And then I'm going to go in with some walnut stain, and this is for the mountain peaks, and you can see all the other images that come on the stencil. There's some little trees, there's some birds, and I just love using this. You can make so many different scenes, so that's why I've used it today. I think it's so sweet. So once my ink blending is complete, I'm then going to just quickly where that notch is, so when you pull it there's no white space. I'm just using whatever's left on my blender brush, and I'm just adding a little bit of brown just to make sure that there's no white when it pulls through, but you obviously don't have to do that if you don't want to. So I've got some foam pads, I'm putting this all on the back of the card, and then I'm going to go ahead and just pop this onto my card, and there you can see that the card's slowly coming together with them two notches that are poking out. I'm just trimming them down a little bit, and then I'm going to pop on a foam pad, and then I can put my images on there when they're ready. I've gone ahead and used the barn die to add to my scene and my stamps today. I'm going to be using Keeping It Real and the O Crop clear stamp set. So this rabbit is from the O Crop clear stamp set, and then the little fish is from the Keeping It Real. And I just thought they'd look really cute together. So I will leave all the Copics that I've used listed down below, and they'll also be on the La La Land Crafts blog. And feel free to add more dies or more images. I could have easily added so many more dies and images because I just get carried away, but that's just me. So I've been good, and I've just kept it to 2 images today because the video would be far too long. So now my colouring's complete, I've gone ahead and fussy cut them out, and then I'm just going to show you how this looks so you can see that the foam pads are on them little notches that we've made, and then you just put your critters on top of them, and then with the little tab at the end of the card you just pull that across, and there we go, they're moving. And then I've gone ahead and I've also used the safari tree die, and this is what I mean with the dies. I could have added so many more. La La Land Crafts do so many fantastic dies, and it's really hard to know when to stop. So now I'm going to move on to the greetings. So I have the Farmer Marci rubber stamp, and she's so adorable, but I'm not using her today. I'm just going to use one of the greetings, and I've gone ahead and die cut a frame from the Build a Frame stitched die, and then I'm using some distress ink just to add that sentiment, and then I'm gonna add some foam pads to the back of this and just pop that onto the card. And that finishes our card today. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you give this slider card a go. Let me know if you do, because I'd love to see your cards and what you create. And thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye.